Bladesmiths, welcome to the Forge. Now, Bladesmiths, you've been chosen to take part in a competition we are calling the Revolutionary Forge. Now, during my time in the Special Forces in the Army, there were good times and there were bad times. But something that got me through each different training iteration was thinking about all the soldiers who did it before me. I'm thinking all the way back to the late 1700s during the Revolutionary War. They had to go for hundreds of miles through months-long campaigns, and everything they needed to survive had to be on their backs in these knapsacks. Now, inside these knapsacks are different kinds of steel and different techniques you must use to make a blade. If for some reason you cannot succeed with the first knapsack you choose, you only have one retry. Being that this is the Revolutionary Forge competition, I'm not going to ask that you make your signature blade and your signature style. Today we've got something much more specific for you to build. You're going to be making this. The Rifleman's knife, and we want you to recreate this specific blade. By the end of the first round, your blade length measured from tip to where the cutting edge ends in a straight line needs to measure between 12 and 14 inches. And when the time runs out, you need to be set up for a hidden tang handle construction. Your time starts now.
My plan is to cut the bandsaw down into usable pieces that'll drop in the can. And then I add the powdered steel. I don't want to use whiteout because I feel like it's going to take too long. You've got to peel the can off. So I think it's just faster to grind off the can.
I know how to make blade in Damascus. So I have to clean off the steel. That's what's going to make a nice solid weld. I'm happy with where I'm at in the process. I just know I got to get this billet forged out.
So the process of Sanmai is low carbon on the outside, high carbon in the center. I got to get them all forge welded. I want to draw out everything to about the same thickness. That way they will take heat about the same time.
He seems to be setting himself up to try to make the length of the blade and then do the Sanmai, which causes delams, causes cold shuts.
Bladesmiths, you have 2 hours and 30 minutes remaining.
I am confident that my weld is set. I'm in a rhythm now. I'm feeling it.
The secret to success with canisters is having it hot enough to forge weld.
Robert's over at the press for his first weld set.
If I don't have a solid piece of steel, that could get you booted from the competition.
Once my billet gets heated up, I have to set the welds. I'm a little worried because if these welds aren't set, it's going to be trash.
Mike's on the press for the second time. His billet's looking pretty good.
Now I can start forging the blade.
All right, well, looks to me like G's got some solid welds.
I see some delams kind of happening on the edges. If I don't address these delams, they're going to open up and ruin my knife.
He's doing a great job. I mean, there's issues going on, but he's not giving up.
The delams are going away. I feel great.
All right, Bladesmiths, you are down to the final 30 minutes. Robert is now quenching the first one in the oil.
It's not hard. I am a little panicky. The can is mild steel, and that type of steel is not going to hold a cutting edge. I'm going to etch it and see where the mild steel is. I just hope it's the can. So I see some can on the edge. That's okay, because I can grind that off right now.
There you go.
All right.
Color. Justin just did a quench at the ideal color temperature.
Quench went great.
G in the oil. Damn.
That's a warp.
I gotta go back in the forge. The definition of down to the wire.
It's straight, and it's hard, so I'm good to go.
That second one was hotter than the first.
Even after the second quench, blade still has a little bit of a warp to it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, the first round of this competition is over. Well, Bladesmiths, I want to say first off, congratulations. In this first round of the competition, you all took mystery steels from your knapsacks and turned them into blades that meet our parameters. But the time has come for the judges to take a closer look at your blades and decide who's going to be staying with us in the second round. So, Justin, please present your work.
All right, Justin, you decided not to go with the elevator cable. You took a chance, and good on you because it paid off. No delaminations whatsoever. And your Rifleman's blade right here is very close to the shape of our sample. Good on you on that. Overall, I really like where your blade's going. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Robert, please present your work.
All right, Robert, the patterning you got really popped out and shows well. You have to modify the tip a bit. Biggest thing I would complain about is the thickness you have, so it's heavy. Big thing to be careful is when you cut in your shoulders, you have 90-degree angles here, that could become stress risers. But overall, nice job.
Thank you.
All right, Mike, please present your work.
Mike, really nice job on this. You've really got that profile dialed in. If you move forward, what I really like to see happen is to lose a lot of the mass of this blade, but I think you're well on your way.
Thank you.
All right, G, please present your work.
All right, G. First of all, having one letter for your first name's kind of weird, but we'll let it slide. As far as your blade goes, I like the thinness of the blade, but it's a bit wide on the profile, though. That would definitely need some modification. Obviously, more tang as well, and you do have quite a pronounced warp in this blade. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Bladesmiths, only 3 of you can join us in the second round. Our judges have discussed your blades, and they made a final decision. Bladesmith is gonna be leaving the forge is G. Unfortunately, your blade didn't make the cut, and Dave Baker's gonna tell you why.
Gee, you did a great job pulling off that sandmine, but you had things working against you. 1, that profile being so wide, and 2, that big warp. And that's why we're letting you go.
I understand.
Well, G, we want to say thank you for coming to the forge, but unfortunately, your time in this competition has ended. I'm gonna have to ask you to please step off the forge floor.
I thrive in chaos, but that was definitely a big challenge. I have 2 awesome kids, Mia and Cole, and watching them work hard, that's my inspiration. I want to work as hard as I can to show them there's nothing that you can't do. You can do anything.